everyone, this is RedTechShoe, and I'm bringing you some Call of Duty Ghosts gameplay. Yeah, I know Call of Duty Ghosts isn't all that fresh and original. It is definitely what you would consider an old Call of Duty, but I consider it far more tolerable and enjoyable than Advanced Warfare. And here, in this gameplay, you're gonna see me camp it up with two SMGs, with the Vector and the MTAR, the two best SMGs in the game overall. And I'm going to get a chem strike while camping on this side of the map and pretty much trying to prevent them from taking A flag. And then that's pretty much it. That's all I've got to say about the gameplay. But what I'd like to discuss is some upcoming ideas, games, and events. So first off, let's look at the games. It is now October. It's October 1st, and we are slowly getting closer and closer towards the holidays. We got Halloween coming up, then we got Thanksgiving, we got Christmas, and these holidays always mean good AAA titles. We got Star Wars Battlefront coming out. I am really looking forward to that. And we also have Call of Duty Black Ops 3. Now, I know I ragged on the Call of Duty franchise, you know, for being a little repetitive, and, you know, I didn't appreciate the marketing that they did for Black Ops 3, especially how they marketed the beta so that you had to pre-order the game in order to play the beta. But they did open the beta up to all users on the PS4 just on the last 2 days, so, and then they extended it one further day, so 3 days for everyone to play the beta on PS4 for free. At least they gave us that, and what I did manage to have a decent time with it. There were definitely some connectivity issues. You know, like there was times where you just couldn't find a match no matter what on PS4. I don't know what was going on, but Black Ops 3 is coming out in next month, and I'm still gonna wait. I'm still gonna see what the community has and what the community feedback is. I'm gonna give it probably till Christmas time to see whether or not I want to pick this game up. By then, a lot of major issues will have been exposed, and this game will, and the community will have decided whether or not this game is worth the time, money, and, you know, to invest in it. So yeah, Battlefront and Black Ops 3, looking forward to them. But in terms of an upcoming idea, I think I'm going to try and do something related to the Final Fantasy franchise, specifically Final Fantasy VII. I'm thinking about doing kind of like a little Final Fantasy VII history video, because for those of you who don't know, the Final Fantasy VII Remake is quite possibly the most anticipated remake in video game history. I seriously don't think there is a game that has been remade that has been this hyped up and this desired by the fan base. This is going to be a make or break move by Square Enix. They could get a huge round of applause, or they could just get the most overwhelming, you know, flaming criticism you can imagine. I mean, if they screw this up, people will never let them live this down. So it's really important that Square Enix gets this HD remake good. They get it right. They need to hit it on all cylinders. And I'm thinking about doing kind of like a, I don't know, maybe a history of the original game. Just the game itself, none of the spin-offs, not the Advent Children, Crisis Core, you know, Dirge of Cerberus, because I never played any of those games, and I saw the Advent Children movie. It was alright, but for the most, I was thinking about playing the game, but the thing is, though, it's not available, at least not yet. I don't have a PS1, and I don't feel like going out and buying the original game on disc. So what I think I'm going to do is I'm going to wait until winter of 2015, because Square Enix announced on their website that in winter of 2015, which is fastly approaching, Final Fantasy VII will be available for the PlayStation 4 on the PlayStation Network. So I'm going to wait till then. I'm definitely going to get it, and I'm looking forward to playing this game. I didn't finish it. I got about 30 hours into the first disc when I did play it a long time ago, back in college. And, you know, I lost interest because there wasn't because I kind of, you know, I was just like, you know, focused on other games and my studies as well. But now that I've got pretty much a good amount of free time almost all the time, I'm going to be looking forward to playing this game and giving my honest opinion on it, and what expectations I have going into the HD remake, because I like the Final Fantasy franchise. I do. I consider Final Fantasy X to be my favorite personally. I really don't understand some of the hate people have for like 10-2 and then the 13 franchise. They're okay, but they're no means perfect. I mean, come on. A lot of people like to hold Final Fantasy VII as the standard that all Final Fantasy games must, you know, be as good as. And I'm just like, you know, I mean, PlayStation Network, you know, they did a place on Twitter. There was a little, PlayStation posted something on Twitter saying, go to this website and vote on your favorite PS1 game of all time to celebrate the 20th anniversary of the PlayStation 1. And anyone could pick 2 games. When you vote, you pick 2 games that are your top 2, and the top 3 that were picked overall by the fan base, by all the people who voted. I didn't vote because I didn't know about it at the time. But of all the games, of all the PlayStation 1 games that were available, Metal Gear Solid was first, Final Fantasy VII was second, and Crash Bandicoot was third. So I'm just like, yes, yes, you know, because I'm just like, because Metal Gear Solid is a fucking awesome game. Metal Gear Solid would have gotten my vote, but it's not my number 2 favorite. Metal Gear Solid is my number 2 favorite PS1 game of all time. My number 1 favorite PS1 game of all time is Parasite Eve 2. It's a good game, and it's not lengthy. Because back then, you know, in order to get people into games, you don't want games that drag on for too long. And Final Fantasy drags on way too long, so it's not great to get people into gaming. I don't think hardcore RPGs are any way to introduce someone to video games, nor would Metal Gear Solid. I mean, Metal Gear Solid was fun and all, but I don't think it was a great game to, you know, it was a great, from a gamer standpoint, it's an amazing game, but I don't know if it's a great beginner's game or a game to get people, to show them what video games can be fun like. So, Parasite Eve 2 was a very fun game, good story, I liked it very much, and who knows, maybe one day, if it becomes available on PlayStation Network, I'll play it. I didn't like Parasite Eve 1, though, and Parasite Eve 3rd Birthday was a pretty good PSP title, but Parasite Eve 2 was easily my favorite of the franchise and my favorite PlayStation 1 game of all time, with Metal Gear Solid a very close second. But like I said, Final Fantasy VII, I have a lot of respect for it. It may not be my favorite Final Fantasy game at all, you know, not even close. I mean, I think 10 beats it in terms of like just on my personal preference. I like 10 better. 10 is my favorite, and but I still like 7 enough to want to play it again, and I'm looking forward to the remake with a lot of earnest. I really am. I'm looking forward to this remake, you know, with huge enthusiasm, and I want to be able to play the original on PlayStation Network when it becomes available sometime later this year. And then once I'm done playing that game, I will have a better idea of what the remake is going to bring me in terms of like what my anticipations of the remake are, because there's already been some announcements about that. And you know, the director of the remake, I forget his name. I'll probably have it in my, you know, sometime later when I do this video eventually. But he did say that there are going to be 2 very important changes announced already. There are already 2 big changes. Changes to the combat system and changes to the storyline. And those are both very important to the game. To any RPG, really. But to Final Fantasy VII, one of the biggest RPGs of all time, this is definitely a huge risk. And like I said, if they pull it off, you know, Square Enix will gain a lot more love and respect. But if they blow it, fans won't let them live it down. So, last but not least, I'd like to mention I have a PT test coming up later this month. I took a mock PT test yesterday, actually, and I didn't do too good on it. Had really been slacking off lately, so I'm not going to be gaming so much over the next several weeks. I'm going to be mostly doing a bunch of exercises, you know, push-ups, sit-ups, running, burpees, you know, the whole thing. Work on my muscle endurance and work on conditioning my muscles to be able to take a lot of pain and punishment and to be able to, you know, draw in more oxygen, because that's really what's hurting me is my body's inability to, you know, absorb more oxygen, because, you know, when your body's deoxygenated, you're not going to perform well at all. So that's really all that I have for you guys, you know, in terms of this video. I hope you guys enjoyed the video and the gameplay and my commentaries. I hope you're looking forward to some other titles, you know, this coming out later this year, and you know, not just Call of Duty or Battlefront, but also, you know, other games. If you guys think of any other good titles, please let me know in the comments below, and I will see you guys all later. So thank you very much for checking out my video. Don't forget to like, favorite, subscribe, comment down below. Follow me on Twitch and Twitter, and I will see you guys all later. This is RadTechShoe signing off.